Randy,
yes, sir.
I think that one is tempted to believe that this is nothing but sheer hatred for an individual. Yes, I must be blunt on this.
Can you withdraw that?
I can't. I said one is tempted. I can't and I won't. You know why? Mm-hmm. The continuous citing of Brian Echampong, Brian Echampong, Minister for Agric, he sits in cabinet and all that. Let the world know that this particular transaction predates Brian's appointment as a Minister for Agric. This whole transaction did not start with Brian after Brian became Agric Minister. You must check the facts clear. Mm-hmm. So it is not as if he's a cabinet minister, and because of that, he's using his influence to do this. So first of all, people must know that this whole transaction predates Brian's appointment as a Minister for Agriculture.
Is it the decision by Senate, or you're talking about the decision to divest to his company?
No, when you say divest to his company, that is wrong.
Okay.
Because it's put on divestiture. Bids are solicited from interested companies. Mm-hmm. So it is not to say that Senate has taken the suo motu decision to diversify the interest of Senate to Brian Echampong. No. And again, let me also place on record that Brian Echampong is distinct from Rock City.
What makes it so?
It makes it so because Rock City is a limited liability company. He's a lawyer. He knows what I'm talking about. So they are not the same. They are not the same. The company Rock City Limited is a company on its own, has its own directors and can take decisions, be sued, and can sue.
So if you lift the veil, what do you see?
So you have not gotten to a place you want to lift it. So you are lifting the veil now. Are you lifting the veil here? You are lifting the veil. He's a shareholder. So what is wrong? Because he's a shareholder, the company cannot do business. There's nothing wrong with that. And we must get that clear. So the moment you put Rock City aside and your emphasis is on Brian Echampong, that is what I'm saying now. It is one is believed or tempted to believe that it's sheer hate and hatred. Other than that, you must look at Rock City as a legal entity, limited by registered by the laws of this country and has rights. And again, the decision to participate in the bid process was long done, and the process has started before Brian became an Agric Minister. So the linkage is neither here nor there. If Brian Echampong or Rock City, Brian had not become an Agric Minister, the process would have still gone on. We don't have a problem with it because all the analysis they are making reference to him being an Agric Minister, when the thing had actually started before he became an Agric Minister.
All right, just please, both of you just hold on a bit. I've just been informed that our reporter Zoe is connected to us, and okay. So I can.
A quick point. Brian has been a Minister of State in charge of national security. Brian has been a Minister of State at the office of the Minister of Interior. Then subsequently became Minister of Agric. So he's been a Minister of State right from the inception of this government.
You got it wrong.
I did not get it
Please,
wrong.
let me tell you something.
I did not.
In the Nana Akufo-Addo's second administration, Brian was not a minister.
Yeah, but when they did,
I'm coming. This is his second beginning.
So what I
the
say,
beginning.
No, you didn't say beginning.
Well,
you didn't say
beginning of the second administration, second term of
the man has been a Minister of State, office of the President, in charge of national security.
Randy, these are not
he's been a Minister of State at the Ministry of Interior. So your argument that he became a Minister of Agric recently,
because your continuous reference to him, please,
the argument is that his portfolio as a Minister of State.
Okay, so take notes.
The point I'm making is that the inception of Nana Akufo-Addo's second term, Brian was not a minister.
Yes.
He wasn't a minister until when he got into this second year. Brian became an Agric Minister last year. 2023.
Okay.
So check when this whole transaction started.
2018.
2018.
Yes.
2018, this whole thing started. Rock City put in a bid. It's not the only company that went into it. But when you look at these things we are talking about.
No, let's clarify. 2018, was he a Minister of State or not?
He was a deputy minister.
No. It was a Minister
of State.
It was a Minister of National Security.
It was
it's more weightier than
please. Okay. So the point is that
I want to hear you.
Brian is distinct from Rock City.
Okay.
And there's no law in this country that bars this company for going into a tender or a bid process. And was there a competitive tendering that went on or otherwise? Look, NDC, the 1993, from 1983, they had this DIC. Check the companies and the beneficiaries of people you've sold state properties to. To the extent that a win of the NDC party, 31st December, a win, recognized win of the NDC party, owned 90% shares and the other owned by another leading member of the party. You've done all these things in this country. But let's come to the hotels we are talking about. Randy, Lapap. It's a 14 years existence. For 11 years consistently, they've been making losses. And no dividend have been paid to shareholders. So if you're a shareholder in a company that 11 years out of 14, you've not been paid any dividend, what would you think about such a company? 11 years out of 14 years, you've not been paid dividend because you've been declaring losses. You come to Elmina Beach. For 9 out of 14 years, it's been declaring losses. No dividend paid to shareholders. And these shareholders, majority of these shareholders are SNIT people, workers, that their retirement and their future depends on these companies. They put so much of our money into it. And then Labadi Beach, the only one that has done previously has done very well. 2 years.
Labadi and Ridge Royal.
2 years, I'll come to Ridge Royal. 2 years out of 14 years, they've declared losses. And even the profit that they've declared, they've made 1.7% on their returns on their investment. So this is the state of the top three we are talking about. It's only Ridge Royal that have made some, but even that, looking at the trend, we think that if we keep like this, we'll lose all our investment.
What are they comparing? Okay, so there's the hospitality industry.
There's a hospitality industry.
Those who make this analysis.
It is not there. It is the books of the companies
you're using this data from the books to analyze.
Yes.
I'm saying that are they comparing this to what is happening as far as the hospitality industry
then of course, yes. So I believe that they've done all that. Today, Randy, don't go far. Move and drive to Lapam.
Yes.
Today.
Yes.
Not Labadi Beach, Lapam.
Yes.
And check their rooms.
Yes.
Check the state of it today.
Yes.
And if you're a shareholder, would you return home happy? You won't. Consistently, you have a company for 11 years that is declaring losses. You won't be happy. It's not the state that you should be happy about. So the decision was that let's diversify our interest. So the process is a competitive one. I'm not sure there's any law that if you're a minister of state, you own a company, you own shares in a particular company. Don't forget the operative word. You own shares in a particular company. For the reason that you own shares in a particular company, the company is barred from participating in any public tender. There isn't any law. Okudzeto Ablapa, he started this off with Jacob Lamte. He went all the way to the Supreme Court. What is the verdict of the Supreme Court in this country? We must stop doing this to ourselves. You should go back and check the 300 companies under Diversity Implementation Committee. Who are the beneficiaries? Today, some of them are his leading seniors in his party. He's kept quiet over all this. We should look at the law, the tender processes. Has the tender processes been circumvented? Records must show that the process was skewed.
That's his case.
What is his case?
No, I'm saying he sat on this program.
What's his case? That has been skewed.
I'm saying that he sat on this program on 2 occasions.
That's what.
And he has made claims from documents that he's made available.
That's what.
To the point that the process has not been transparent. It's been skewed. That's his case. I'm saying that's his case. I'm not here to pass. So
Randy.
It's like just a minute. I'm not here to pass judgment. I'm saying that's his case. He has gone to Shraj. He has made his case. Interestingly, organized labor has also publicly stated that its members on the board were not happy with the transaction and asked for the transaction to be put on hold. On their blind side, the SNIT management was still going ahead with the transaction. On the basis of that, they made an appeal to the president at May Day and followed up with a letter to the president on the 6th of May. Subsequent to all of this, we've seen correspondence to suggest that the president has referred
the
issue to the employment minister to engage with both Labour and Senate. So as we speak, Labour itself, which is the biggest representative of the owners of Senate, the owners of Senate are the workers, itself says that it is not happy. Its reps on the board are not happy with the transaction. They've asked for it to be stopped until
Randy,
some clarification.
I don't want.
So this is the position of Labour.
I don't want to see.
Labour has held a presser.
So you see,
to speak to the same thing.
I agree. I got it, and I'm aware of the matter being referred to the Labour minister to look into it to make a report to the president. But in this case, that is fair. If they think the process, so now it's not targeting an individual.
No, Labour said both.
Please, I'm coming.
They dealt with both. They raised the issue of.
But then that is even wrong.
They did both.
It's wrong because you see, if you think the process, then everybody else in the value chain is affected. You don't single out an individual. You got a point I'm making.
The individual appears to be the person whose company is going to benefit.
So wait, I'm coming. So you must also appreciate the context from where I'm coming from. That Rock City is a legal entity on its own. Brian Champon is an individual that owns shares in a particular company.
He owns all the shares.
It doesn't
and is the beneficial owner.
He's a beneficial owner. So you have to look at Rock City making the presentation. He has its own directors, his management and all that, making that decision and all that. So come to the processes. Now the people on the Senate board, the reps of Labour on the board, at what point are they raising these issues? I don't want to preempt the ongoing investigations by the Labour minister. I want to wait for the report to be sent to the president. But at what point are they raising these issues? These are also interesting matters that we need to also, but where I sit, forgive me, I don't want to be speculating and be going out to some of these matters.
I can understand.
You should understand. So please, all that I'm saying, that's a due process. And what if they've done? Well, if they feel that the process has not been fair, they've made petitions and the process is ongoing for investigation. So on the street, what are you doing? To the extent that you are bringing Baumia and all into these matters. It is more politically motivated than looking for solution for the problem. The one calling for this demonstration and making all these things, he must also follow you. You are in strike. You send the matter to strike for investigation. Why are you on the street?
Are they not mutually inclusive?
What for? Why if you believe you have a fair case to be dealt with by Shraj, or you believe in the competence of Shraj in the first place, why are you on the street?
The Shraj process does not injunct the transaction. His interest
is to
injunct the transaction.
So you injunct the transaction
because he believes that
you injunct the transaction on the street. You are going to injunct the transaction on the street.
Well, it's part of his strategy.
Please, let's be fair to ourselves as a country, and becoming pontificating righteousness more than the Pope is becoming one too many. And I think that he has done this before. And he always do this when election is near. He always do this when election. He did that to Jacob Echebilante. Go and check the records from the court and what the court had to say about that.
We know a Black Quest
so he
activism in this regard. And
he does this only when it's election time. Go and check Jacob Echebilante's thing. Go and check.
TUC is also doing it because it's election.
I'm not talking about TUC. I'm referring to Okudzeto Black.
But they are saying the same thing.
No, the same thing. Have they gone through a process? Is TUC on the street? Is TUC on the street? The biggest beneficiaries of are they on the street? They are not on the street.
Government is engaging them.
Yeah, so why not? Don't you wait for government to go through the process?
Okay.
They are not on the street.
All right.
You are crying more than the bereaved. They are not on the street. They are following due process.
Okay.
You don't want to follow due process. You want to be a hero. He did that the last election. And what happened?